Then after doing so then we know that here is the place where connection we get. So now let's try to retrieve the data from the database. I'm gonna simply just put this in my left corner. Now let's go by starting with this one over here. So there are functions. Starting with this, now I'm gonna use switch case, and then say server, and then the request method handler. This is a request method handler, request method, and then for this here. So case number 1, if case is equal to get, then it will return JSON echo JSON encode and say method. You can write whatever you like. So method is just any string. So I'm gonna say method. So just simple like that. Oh, I'm sorry. This should be in array form. Array bracket, just like that. Okay. So then after doing that, then should automatically break it. Otherwise, it may go directly to another. Okay. So default. So if it's a default function, then should break. Okay, break, and then just do it like that. Okay, so what we have to do over here is just saying echo JSON encode JSON/encode array format, and then this array format should be just like hello, hey, method, and then status should be like method found, just simple like that. So instead now of doing this such like webbing stuffs, yeah, like going to the local host and then you and splash, instead of going direct here, we should use our API testers, just like I'm gonna to use this one. There is a Postman, you can download it. Also in VS Code we have this extension, so you can just go direct over here. Okay, let me open this one and just come to the appearance, and then I'm gonna split my status. This one over here is the Thunder, it's called the Thunder client. So you can just go here to the extension or click Ctrl Shift and then search for this name, Thunder client. Okay, and then it will look perfect. So you can just click it and then open. Okay, let's just turn back up here because I don't like to use this. So I'm gonna just shortcut it just by saying Ctrl Shift then R, and then the sounder will be uploaded like this. So we are going to request for the new request. So actually I'm gonna just copy this user path, this here, and then I'm going to copy the path, and then I'm going to the request, and then I'm going to select all of it. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, and then I'm going to paste it over here, and then we will remove as normal as usual. So let's say local host, then slash. Okay, so it's just like that. So after running this query, we should get this method, because the method we put, the server method is get. What if it's just delete or put? the method that we didn't define it, so it says that the method not found. So actually our API works perfectly. So let's just dive in for the getting method. Okay, so by diving to the getting method here, instead of doing that, now let's go and differentiate data for the user. So because this is the user, so I'm gonna say SQL queries, so you can name it whatever you like, you don't have to write my own. So queries, and then the queries is equal to, just normally we have to select in order to list them. I'm gonna select, but I will hide this passcode. So we are going to select user ID from here, and then username, okay, and then photo and email, just those 4 things. And then where are we getting all of this? So we are saying select this from where? From table users. So table users, and then table users, maybe you wish. Okay, now let's just end up over here, and then let's just give it a shout, like, okay, after we have sent this query, now we have to connect with the database. So let's just say result is equal to, then the first thing is the connection, then after making connection, then we should go to the queries. So queries, and then what kind of query? Then is SQL query. So just like that. So we already make a connection with the database. So then let's test our connection. If there is no connection, or there is no such database, or there is no such function, then it will display a certain thing. So if the result is equal to true, then what we have to do here is just by saying okay, if it's true, so let's just echo just like true. Otherwise, let's just echo false for now, and see if there is something going on. Okay, so when we turn back here, and then we just click for okay, we just have to click on the get method of post method of get. So get method, and then run it. So now you see true means this is coming from here. So if it's coming from here, everything works fine. So let's just give a shout and say get data is equal to array. We will keep it in array format because the users are not 1, are not 2, they are many. So after saying that, so we are using a while loop to get all the data from here. So we declare this just like a row, or whatever you can say. So row, if row is equal to the results, then arrow map the result, then fetch association. So just like that. If it's like that, now we get all of our data. Now we have to embed them to our get data variable. So it's just like saying a get data individual is equal to slash the row that's coming over there. So then after doing that, now what we have to do again is just now we have to list all those data that we get from the row. Now we have to say normally just like echo. So echo what thing? We need to get in JSON format because we will use JavaScript, so it's better to keep it in array format. So array, and what kind of array? You can just say okay, these are users, so users, and then blah 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 blah, then we have to list, then what kind of things? Get data. I think we are good to go. Otherwise you should say like JSON encode, JSON encode array, like hey users, then no user found. Okay, or you can just have to give it, let's just leave it just like that for now. just say status is equal to 44. Okay, and then now when we come over here and then as we click get, now we should expect to get all the data from the user table actually. So now here is the result. So actually we are able to retrieve the data from the user. As we see here, there is Gemini child as the user one, so Gemini child and profile blah 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 blah, and we have Harrison and Jasmine just like here as shown. So additionally we have to keep a status, because if we don't keep it, maybe will throw some errors at recent time. So status, then status should be just like 200, means everything is okay. So now when we just come and run again, we will see the first thing will be listed is the status, and another thing will be just like okay, I don't know why it took too long. Okay, so then we have this one over here, status. So as we get it, so now in this part we have learned such things like we have this one query, this one for requesting, and then we are connecting it with this one over here. Okay, and then after getting it, if this is equal to true, then we have to get all those data over here. Okay, after getting it, we're putting an array, we declare an array variable. So then we normally know that this will be just, if you say just row.get such a result, it will display one thing. So we are using while loop to repeat until the length is off. So now we map them over here in this part. Okay, then after doing so, then at the end we have this JSON status, and then we map the data over here. So that is how it goes. And then if there is nothing, then we are just leaving the status here. Okay, so everything is good, and this is the request method that we said we use get method. So that's cool, that's cool. Okay, so let's just go out. Okay, now let's now just say, what if the method it was post? Now the user has to post the data. So now we have to add the case for the post, and then post in the post method 30 break. So actually after making some breaking issues, so I'm gonna just copy those stuffs, two stuff over here. Okay, I'm gonna just paste it over there, but this query will be different. Okay, I forgot something before going too further. You see this one, what if we need to get the data starting from the recent one that has been posted? As we know, this is the recent one, and this is the second one, and that is the first one. What if we need to get the user in starting from the recent one? So we have to use something just like order by what? By user ID, because this is incrementation status, so it will increment. Okay, so we are making it in descending orders normally. So now this one should be the first if we just run this query again. Okay, so that is a little trick for making it happen. So you see Gemini now is down, and then the user, okay, just simple like that. So let's just hop on. Then here in the post method we have to have some sort of things that we have to add over there. So we should have a username, and then I will just say this is equal to method. Okay, this is post, and then method, just like that one. Okay, so just by saying the post, maybe we should say user name, just like that, username. Okay, then we should have something just like photo, and then just say method is equal to post, and then photo will be just like image, just call it like image, whatever you like. So this here down is what we will get, we will retrieve the data from, and then this post is just a declared variable that we could get this attribute over here. So this will be a name attribute. So let's just go on. And then we should have something, another thing, just like email. You can just call it whatever you like, it's not just to match with this one, because we will pass it in a chronological order. So just like say post, and then I'm gonna just say email, the same as email, no problem with it. And then after doing so, I guess we have another thing, just as passcode. I will just say code is equal to s, you can call it whatever you like, remember that. So I'll just say pass, just like that. So okay, so then after that, now we have to insert, creating a query. So insert into what kind of database users. So insert into database users, at where this and then values should be just like this one. Okay, so now over here we should have something just like, it's not, as we said, like this is how to increment stuff, so we don't have to use it. Okay, I will just copy this query over here. Okay, we don't have to waste a lot of time, so I'm gonna just copy this query over here, just like that. And then instead of saying this, we are going to put a dollar symbol for the username, and then we should get again the dollar symbol for the email, for the photo. Now even here we should get a dollar symbol for the email, so email. Okay, and then over here this is for the password, okay, this is code. Okay, just like that. So even if we can just remove it, it's not too necessary because it will be auto increment, so it's not a big things that we have to keep written all over the code, just wasting our time. So after doing that, there is another thing that we have to add it to make our code be clearly. So now we can just post it. So you see, so as we already get the query and we connect over here, so then okay, let me just keep moving over here and see if we have messed up with anything. So we have username, we have photo, we have this, and then values should be like blah 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 blah. I guess everything is working as fine. Okay, like fine. So what we have to do here is just another thing, which will be like okay, so now is if so now the first thing we have to do here before, okay, let's just go with it. So let's just go with it. So if is result, okay, if is result, then we have to do the thing. So we have to do what? So okay, if first result is equal to a what, so we just have to say echo JSON dot encode status. Okay, you can just call it Billy with message. Okay, this is not just like that, so this will be like an array of then status, and then we should have to say, hey, status, this is equal to Billy, just like that. Okay, so I'm ready, and then message posting successfully. Posted, no, not posting. Posted is better. So posted successfully. Then we end up by closing it over here. Successful. Posted is successfully. And then I'm gonna copy this query again, and then I'm gonna say else, then just display posted unsuccessfully, and then this will be just like 500 internal error. So now let's just come over here and then choose the post method. Now before doing that, we have to check first if is empty. We have to give it to make it more advanced. So if username is empty, okay, it's not equal to empty. If this is not equal to empty, and end is not equal to empty photo, okay, so by testing photo it's not equal to empty, and then if email, okay, empty what, empty email, okay, email, oh, email, and what, and code, empty code. Now if all of these are not empty, then we should run this query inside. Do you get me? We should run this query inside. Okay, let me just don't waste my time over here. Okay, I'm copying this one, and then all of this I'm going to paste here, and then after here I forget something. In this switch case, it's better to close this thing, so I'm gonna say s result, okay, s connection. After doing all those stuff, then we have to close the connection. So that it's better. There is no error, but it is better. So after doing those things over here now, otherwise echo JSON dot encode array format, that's okay, error, status, just like okay, let's just call it just like 300, and then okay, message should be just like fill the blanks, just like that. So fill the blanks. And then when we come over here, and then we convert it into post method, and then we just send it without any kind of query, we should expect to see something just like this, fill the blanks, and then we have to handle this. So just bypassing over here, let's dive directly to this place where we call it a body, and then we're gonna change it into form data. So in this field now we have to say, we have to add a username. So username, and then we have to add image. You see, those are the variables that we have to move with it. So image variable, and then copy, and then just put over here, and then the last one is the pass. So now the pass, as we send now, I hope so this error will be diminished. So just like that. So now it's said we have to fill the blanks. Now I'm filling the username and say Gemini. Okay, but also it will say fill the blanks until we fill all these blanks. So just blah 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 for now. Okay, let me just open my Xampp Studio over here, and then open my PHP admin directly before doing all those stuffs. Okay, I just need you to see this. Okay, now remember that we have just 3 users. So what if we make a post? What if we make a post over here and post those stuffs? So I'm gonna say, okay, Jackson maybe, and then email is just, the email will be just like, okay, Adam at gmail.com, and then passcode just like Adam. Now we didn't hash it, so it will go just like that. So then I'm gonna press send. The message says 200, and then the post successful. So now when we retrieve these data from our server right now, we should expect there is another guy who called Jackson. You see? So it is very simple like that. But remember that this is not the actual thing that we need. We have to create something that we will get the profile, the image that has been uploaded. Here we didn't upload any kind of image, so let's just walk off with it. So the another thing that we should have, let's go to our export by just Control Shift then E, and then I'm gonna create another folder here, and I'll give it just like profile. Okay, profiles. Then after making these things over here, and then okay, let me just come in and reload. Then I need to remove this profile. Okay, well, we are still waiting for it. I'm gonna delete this one. I don't need to have it. Okay, so while we are waiting, so now after it have been deleted, so let's just come over here and think about this. So before doing all these stuffs over here, now I will just cut it. So if we have already checked it that is not empty, photo is not empty, and other blah 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 blah. So what if? So now we have to say if, okay, if move uploaded file. So then in this moved uploaded file should have the place where it's come from, and then where it has to go. Okay, so remember that we should have the URL, the request, and then the destination. So we have to declare those. So if this moved, then this query should be considered. Now as we walk over that thing over there, so we have to add another thing. So the first one will be an attribute. Okay, the first one will be okay, let's just give it destiny. Then this one will not be a photo, will be now just like a file. So we are expecting to get the file over here. So destiny now will be just like file.name, so just like s. Okay, let's just check if it's working. Okay, I'm gonna just split all of this and comment them. Okay, just like that, and then say if is equal destiny is equal to slash profile then profiles. Okay, no profiles. Or maybe we should give it a normal string just like that one. So then dot what? Then dot just like this one over here. What are they called? Okay, s photo, then slash. Inside we have to get a name. Now let's just echo destiny. So now when we post, we should expect, we are not sending anything, we just have to retrieve this thing. Now we have to change the image attribute and come up over here, just up over here, and then click for the file, and then over the file, then drop down over here, and then give it the attribute image, and then let's choose any file now for now. So let's just choose any file for now. So oh, I don't have any image, so okay, go here and choose, okay, just get up themes, and then I'm going to select this one, Alexander. So now you see, so when I'm posting it, so let's find out what we have over here. Syntax and expected token in line 43. Okay, it's come like, seems like we have a problem here. Okay, okay, we have to come into even this one, sorry, forgot about that. So then let's try again to see if we have another error. This is post method. Okay, let's find out. Okay, actually it works. So you see, we got this Alexander blah 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 to that one, so we are good to go. So then what if we just have to say I need to give this random. So I'm just gonna get this and say okay. I'm just gonna say, because we are using a database and we don't have to put a lot of things. So run. Okay, so profile then slash random then dot. Okay, so something just like, okay, I have to think about this thing. So now before going here we need to get the extension name for this stuff. So I'm gonna say random number, and then after random numbers, as it goes over here, so profile then slash random numbers dot then path info, then path info, then we should have the photo, okay, photo, then blank photo, then name, slash path info extension name. So now let's just see what will happen here. Okay, so photo and then yeah and then okay. So now you see we have sent this one. Now we rename it, we rename the file, and then we have to get the certain path extension name. Yeah, so you see the name, we rename the name by giving our variables just like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and then jpg. So I forgot to give a dot over here. Okay. So random then dot again, and then give this dot to give an extension. So I'm gonna just say, let's give it to just like prf profile. It's just a matter on how we need to minimize our database, so we reduce a lot of strings to make it be better. So now we see prof prf then slash, then this will be a random number. So after we get this successfully, now we are good to go. Now every photo that we gave, we rename it in whatever we like, and then the destiny is just one. So let's just now okay and comment this thing, and then now we have the destiny. So now here in uploaded we have to say if is moving file, remember is a variable photo, but in this photo we have to get the temp name, temp tmp the name, and then after getting the tmp, then we have to say the destination where it has to go, and then here we call it a destiny. So now let's give it a try. So remember in here we just said like, okay, I need to give this like Adam. Remember the email is unique, so let's change it. So image, now this one we just uncomment it. So Jackson, okay, remember we already deleted, so no problem. So now let's just remember, so I'm just open this folder and see what will happen. So after pressing enter now, if the status will be okay 200, then we will see the uploaded file over there. If the result is not, no, say move the file slash profile page to open stream, no such directory profile. Okay, move file slash data folder. Okay, yeah, that's true, that's true because of this thing over here. Okay, so file do not move, then the data didn't even save. So profile. Okay, let's try again and see. It's just because of that slash, I guess. So yeah, it's because of that slash. And then we get this one. So warning array to string conversion in C33. 33, where is 33? Square array into string. Okay, okay, that is, yeah, usually that is a big problem. So when we just come over here and see, when we reload this, we will see that we didn't pass the actual variable over there. Remember, that is a form data. So it gives that warning because that form data is array. So now when you come here, you will see this is an array. Okay, so to fix that problem is that here we should have to give something just like, hey, should have a destiny, then dirty. Okay, then that what? Slash, then it's photo. So destiny. Just like that. So I need to have this over here. So destiny. Now when we are trying to access this one, now we should expect like, okay, so now let's change it and give another guy, and I will just change the email into just Adam1. Okay, so then send it, and then I hope so we will not have that such error, yeah, as we see. But as I told you, we have to look first if this email already exists, because we say this is a unique. Don't forget, the profile image will be uploaded no matter if it is not going to the database. So as we see, it will say the status is okay, but you see, uncaptured error, duplicate emails. So in order to resist this one and making this do not upload over here, so we have to do this thing. So the first thing before moving over the moving the files, so in above here we should have to get this thing. So we should have to copy this. Let's copy this one over here and just like that. So yes, and again I'm going to paste it up here. So after pasting it here, now I just have to get email. I'm just gonna say get email, and then get email. So get email. Now select, we don't have to select all of this, so select this one, just select an email over this. Okay, so we don't have even to order because we will get only one result. So just like that, simple like that. So then just give it responses, just responses, and then on this responses we have to say if responses, okay, slash num rows is equal to 1. Okay, if this response with num.row is equal to 1, then echo that json.encode array, like, okay, status will be just like 100, 200, and then okay, let's just give it like just like 4,000, and then message will be just like okay. Now the user, okay, user with such email, already exist. So we will give, or we will leave a comment to such like that one. So then otherwise we should say else, then just like that one. Okay, so we have to give it this one. Okay, so then after then we have to copy it down here actually. So if we will have an existing email, so we will never able to move any file or even post anything. So let's run again and see if we make anything. Whoa, seems like we didn't fix anything over there. Yeah, we didn't fix anything. So okay, sorry the main problem that we are facing here is just like, okay, we didn't give anything over here, so we just say select email from the user, blah blah blah. So now we have to say select users where email, okay, where email is equal to
1 plus 2.
email is equal to $email. So select email where email is equal to email. Email. Okay. Now let's just give a try. I don't know where I did something wrong with it, but hey, seems like we have a big problem and a big tiny problem. Yeah, okay, now it's gone. So user with touch email already exists. So even if we try as much as we can, that will give this 40,000 with 400, and it's a user with such email already exists. But what if we change it just like 3? It will be posted. So I guess on the user we have already done on posting those things. So now when we retrieve the data, we will see a lot of steps and a lot of things. Okay, so you see Jackson, and other stuff just like that. So actually we are able to creating this. So after doing so, now let's just minimize it. Put it over here, and then let's focus. So now we have already built those things, but remember one thing which we will have here is about here. Now if someone posts by suddenly or fault and adding this such string like this, it will bring an error to our database. So just wait and see. Okay, user already exists. Okay, this is because user already exists. Let's just change it and see. So when we post it now, see this problem, you see fatal error and other stuff because of this such thing over here. So to fix it, we have to do just a little additional stuff over here, and I say if so we have to go with the username. If username, okay, no if So username is equal to string dot replace then replace this one, okay, with this one, and then the username again. So we will have to repeat this method 2 times. So just copy it and then change it to what? To email, and then to Crud. So actually after doing so, then we are good to go. So I'm gonna change, let me change and say even let's just call Jessica. Okay, let's just say right now. Okay, just like that, and then just send it. So it will just splitting those tiny things, and then when we come over there and getting this post, you see this post has been replaced, on the admin has been replaced with, okay, remember that was the password. So let's just add it in here, and then let's just give it a try over here and just give it AA3. So oh, this is getting method. Also we have to post up, then posting, and then when we retrieve this data by saying getting this post, and then we should expect that to see right. So okay, we are actually done with it. Now you are good and your API is quietly very handsome. Very handsome. Okay, so after doing so, then here down we have to close the connection. So just say query, okay, what we have to say query, oh, $sign connection, then slashes, close this connection. Okay, so now what we have is just updating query. So updating query, we will just have to copy, I will copy all of it because we are running with the time. So case update, okay, case update, if method is equal to patch. Now here we have to change this and put it into another thing. So okay, case update, and then break. So therefore we are done. So we will have another request which will be just like case delete method, and then break. I think those we already made a Crud API. Starting from now, we are just left with those 2 things, and then we are ready to go. Okay. After we already done about that, so we have to go in and finish these 2 methods to make that Crud application work. So the first thing we should have is to create a patch, but remember that the best way to send the patch method or other method that we can't, because when we say just like post that is equal to /patch, we don't have such method in PHP, you know. So what we have to do to make those things exist is just by converting JSON request. We will send the message in JSON request, and then we have to get them. So just normally we have to say, hey, JSON, then we have to say file, okay, file dot get content, file gets content, then okay, then get content. Which kind of content do we want? We want the PHP content input, okay, then /s. Then here I'm gonna declare this just like a patch. You can call it whatever you like, so I'm gonna call it just like a patch. And then here in the patch we have to, because here we will achieve the JSON format file, so we have to decode it. So we have to say JSON.decode, JSON decode. What we have to decode? We have to decode the JSON, and then slash we have to JSON decode. This will be true, yeah. So decoding should be true. That means we have to decode it. So then after that place, then we just have to copy both of these because the method will be just like the same. We will need those variables. The only variable that we will never use is a photo. We don't have to use a photo here. If you like to use it in your project, you can just go with it, but in my side I'm gonna use just here, instead of saying photo, I will just use ID and then ID, and then change this method. Now instead of saying post, now we have to say patch. So patch, okay, so patch, and here is patch. So all these parts are patched now. So and then the method should be the same, just like code, and then specify, then the string, and then instead now we can add even an ID. Okay, we don't have to pass this ID here, but it's better, so let's just give it an ID. So ID, then just replace it just like that. So now instead of picking, no, we don't have to use this random, we don't have to use this one here. I don't know where it's end up. Okay, so this one first, and then we remove over here. Sure. So now remember this method here will be now just like update. So update, then what? Update, then set. This is how we are going to update our table. So update, and then I'm gonna copy username, cut it, and then is equal to. So this is how the format for the update looks like. And then okay, I'm gonna cut this one, and then there is no photo here, so there is no photo here, so it will be just like email and passcode. So code is equal to code, and then email is equal to email. So then after doing so, we have to remove all those left. So just like that. Yeah, I think so. So after doing so, remember that the first thing that we have to do here, remember we have said that the email should be unique. If the email exists, so there will be a problem. So after this, now let's use this up here and say select email, where email, now this will be ID. So just come in the table user and say the place where there is this such thing as user ID, user ID is equal to ID. Okay, so if it is equal to ID, select on user, select email, where user ID is equal to this ID, which we will retrieve from here. So now if, so after making this one, so now okay, so the first thing before going through here, we have to check where user ID. So now of this over this input, after checking if those inputs are empty, now we have to remove this one. So instead of saying this, and now we have to say ID. So So just change and put it in ID format. So now, okay, putting this over here now. After reaching this method here, so I'm just going to copy this stuff here. So before updating, now we have to check if the user is already existing. So we are going to say that h if no we don't, because we already expected that there is only just one email and there is only just one ID. So we're expecting that this thing here will be just one thing. So I'm gonna just say row is equal to $symbol responses then slash fetch column, and you get this fetch column, and then just echo slash row, and then let's just give it a try over here. So I'm just gonna try run this patch over here and see if there will be something. So user with such email already exists. Okay, what if it's M? Okay, user with such email exists. Why it says user with such email exists? Because we need to give this a 0. User with such email. Now we just have to say if user email. Okay, if user email, select email from where the user ID is already. If is equal to 0, so now no such user. So just say not to exist. So now as we get over here, so now when we just come here and just add an ID, remember that if you leave this place empty, we will get some issues, just like testing here. And then if we run the patch method right now, it will just highlight us that we didn't use a user. Okay, access offset of null, so we should have an ID. So should have an ID, and then ID, let's just keep it an empty for now. And then what else do we have here? It's just username, email, and the code. So okay, so username. Okay, so username, email, and then code, just like that. And then for now I will just leave it just like an empty. So when we try to run this, it will say that no user ID. So now it's not a code, it's a pass. So it's a pass. Now I guess we will never see any kind of error again. So user not exist here because it's really. So what if we add another one, so I will know that there is Gemini. So you see the user exists, that's why we say status fill the blanks. So what if we fill the blanks? Blah 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 blah. Okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, blah 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 blah. So let's see. So it's written just like Poor programmer. Poor programmer. Why poor programmer? Did I do anything over here? Oh yeah, remember. Sorry, I forgot. So it's written an email on this ID. So this ID has such email called poor programmer. What if it's 2? We know that is just an Henry, sorry, see, to retrieve this email. So the first thing that we have to do here is just we have to say this is the row. So if let's just give it an db email. So db email. So after saying db email, and then we have to connect them. If this email, the normal email that we are getting from the API, is equal to db email. Okay, so if this is equal to this now, so just echo JSON format encoded array, just like array, and let's say status like for, and then else we just have to echo JSON encode format, just like array, and just say like status is just equal to 200. So if the email is equal to db email, means that this guy didn't even change that email, so we don't have, so it will be just like 40. And then okay, what's wrong here? We just have this problem, so let's just fetch, and then when we run this again, we will see just like 200 because the email changed it. So what if we say poll programmer? Yeah, this is not for poll programmer. Okay, let me use this ID one. Remember, yeah, it will be just the same. So I just remember this one. So I'm gonna just say poll programmer this 97@gmail.com. So when we try to click right now, we will see we get it 40/100. So means that this email exists. So if this email exists, we don't have to do anything over there. So then if exists, just leave it. If exists, now we will pass. So remember, we will just pass this stuffs. Now I just have to copy this, okay, and where is that ending is over here. So up, okay, I will just paste it over here. So now the result sql.query.connect. So okay, so after that, okay, anyway, let's just give it normal. So I'll just say if exist, we'll just send this one. So update user to set email to set you, and then over here if we go to user, just say no, this is just like we are wasting time. So this email, this is end up here. So over here down we have to copy this, so and paste it over there. So after doing so this and this status is over here. So now let's just declare this variable right now here and just say response. Let's just update db. Now just call it just like an empty string. So if that one is equal to, so let's just say update query update db, and then okay, so then here we just have to remove the email, because if the email exists we don't have to add it again if it's just the same. So if okay, let's just reload it and then just copy it and then just paste it over here and then control Z Y and then just like that. So else if the status is just equal to this one and then the result just say the same. Okay, the result just say and then just say okay, and now we should say the message should be just like just import the db email for now, so to show that the email has been changed to. So it will be simple like that, I guess. So otherwise then the post already posted successfully. So now when we just have to press this and let's just wait for the miracle. So it says query align at 87 and counted arguments cannot be empty. So query, okay, no problem. It seems like even putting this into global is not working, so I'll just remove it and then I'll just copy this if and else statement over here, and then I will just have to add it in that place and in this place. So I will just copy this status message and just say okay, hey, for now, okay, here we don't have to do that, just leave it just like that. And then inside here now we just have to copy this one and then just say if result is equal to okay, then just paste this over here. Okay, I don't know if we did it or we don't, but let's try and to see if it works. Hey, it says that a line at 87, which line at 87? 82. So oh yeah, very sorry. So it seems like yeah, yo. Let me try to repeat. So I'm going back few steps and see if the problem, it seems like the problem is not that. So because this query that we are passing here is, we have changed it, so it's update SQL update db, and then over here too is update db. So let's just test it again and see if there is any problem again. So if there is another problem, I guess will be the problem for the if condition. So it seems like, you see, okay, so now the status message is equal to post. Okay, so the message, okay, the message didn't change, and then the post successful. So then you just have to come over here and then post successfully if the result is equal to that one. Okay, let's just leave this over here. So post successfully. Okay, so just close all of this. Just close over all of this. Or maybe if we just need to see the changes, I just removed this where the place the email is equal to db email, and then if we change the email right now, it will just return two messages. So the first message will be just an email. So for now it will just retrieve just one thing, posted successfully. But what if we just change this email into this kind of stuff and then post? It will come with this, the email is this one, and then posted successfully. Okay, duplicate entry for the image. Okay, since I calculate users. Okay, so we are encountered with the problem in the line 87 now. If the email is not equal to this one, and then so if the email is just this one, and this one, so update this email. So the email, if email is equal to this one, so what we have to do here with this stuff, update to be put this, and then passcode. Why says duplicate email? Okay, let's just change this email and say mail is equal to this email. Okay, so and then just put just like that one, and just put it into my stuff. So okay, SQL connection, and then result, and say it users. This is equal to email, and then if it has email is equal to you, then blah blah blah, and then just we have to say. So I guess we are encountering this problem because remember the first thing that we are doing here, we didn't give a specific ID. So when we fetch this data, you see in every part of this, you see the username we were just changing in every part of this attribute. So you see every username got the same thing. So that's why it's just showing a duplicate error. I'm sorry for that. That is my mistake, and I'm sorry. So we have to specify where the user ID, yeah, just copy these things over here. Just user ID is equal to ID. I think now we will be good to go. So actually we are good to go, so just like that. Okay, where passcode, and then where user ID, where now when we just come here and try to retrieve this email, I hope so will work. If it's not working, oh, this is getting method. Now we have to put in patch method. Oh Jesus Christ, why? Yeah, so you see right now we are changing it, and when we just press it again, it will just reflect this one. So now let's just say Jiminy child is the username child, and then just post it. So it was just a mistake. So Gmail, so if it's a Gmail, and when okay, let's try find on get method. Now we see the user with the 11 has Gemini child, and the email is that one. So when we just have to change the programmer into this email, and you see okay, this is not okay, this is the patch method, this is the patch method. Okay, so we changed it. And then what if it's just on user 10, and then we just to say maybe it's just Adam Smith, and then the email to be just like Adam. Remember, we changed the each email to just like this one, so Adam. I just give it just like that. So when we just click this patch and then the passcode, so when we just come and retrieve those emails, and then we will see on level 10 we have the Adam Smith, and then when we scroll down to this is just shake ADF and other stuffs just like that. So okay, so you see we already finished that place. So sorry for that mistake, and then we are good to go now. So now let's just finish this one over here on delete. So in delete here, okay, so let's just continue. Okay, on delete. So now on delete method we should have just one thing, ID. So ID, so the ID of the user. Okay, so user ID, and then we shall have to delete his account. So let's just say now, because remember we are just going through this such thing, so we have to say maybe JSON formats, JSON codes, whatever you like to say. So is equal to file get input or content is equal to php / input, and then just like that. And then after doing so, then let's just come over here and just say is equal to JSON format. So let's just say is equal to so JSON decode JSON. Okay, let's just decode. This is hash $symbol JSON code, then / true, and then we need to get a specific ID from here. So I guess so. So let's try if we are really going to retrieve this data before doing other steps. So echo data. So now by making this and convert it into delete post, and then remember now we don't have to have both of these things, but we have to keep it for the future use. So when we send the delete method now, we should expect 10 because here is 10. So what if we just say 12? Remember, so when 12, and then it will display 12, means that our code is working perfectly. So now after doing so, now let's just say creating a request. So the first thing that we have to check if it's not equal to empty. So for making this, if it's not equal to empty, ID. So ID if it's not equal to empty, then do that such stuff. So so what stuff now we have to declare SQL delete query. I'll just say okay. Hey, remember this is just a variable, you can call it even SQL, just SQL or whatever the case. So I'm just gonna do this, we have to do this. Okay, so sick of doing this user stuff. Okay, so let's just put just like okay, delete. Now this is the query for deleting the attributes. So delete from which database? From database users on where? So where, okay, where user ID is equal to, then is equal to this ID. So just like that, is equal to user ID this one, give it in curly braces for the better results. So then let's just fact that is semicolon. So then let's just say resp, just like response. Now our response should be just like our connection, with the same connection, and then search, and then blow it up by just saying is equal to SQL delete method. But remember, this is coming from where? From the query. So we are getting this query over here, and then after checking, now let's check if this query is live or is dead. So if it's not dead, then we are checking it if it's dead or not. So resp as a response, you got me, and then as a response, if the response is okay, so let's just say echo. So then let's just echo json.encode encode a certain array, then array with these things that will speak just like, hey, status is equal to, okay, arrow map, then this status is equal to 200, and then what message says? The message says that, okay, so user with ID plus, so now here we don't use plus, we use ID. Sorry, I'm too thinking on JavaScript. So ID, then dot this has been deleted. So okay, so if that is all, and then else return that like 500, and this is an internal error, so you have to say just maybe something happened, something wrong. Yeah, they normally like to use that things. Then after doing so, now we have to close the connection. By default we will close it. So else if it's empty, now let's just say, okay, status is equal to Miambili, so 200. Okay, let's just give it a 40. So field blank. Okay, so just like that, and then after doing so, then we have to copy this and close the connection. Okay, closing the connection, and then I think we're done. Let's just try give it a shot. So I know we don't have this user, so we're expecting there will be something wrong with this code. So user with ID 12 has been successfully deleted. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I forget it. So okay, so fill the blanks, then give the space. Now after doing so, it's okay now. So let's just delete from 1, start with 2, pressing delete. Okay, cannot delete or update a row of a foreign key constraint, foreign key. So I guess so here in our foreign key we have to add something else, because by default it will be restricted. You see this error is not coming from the PHP, it's coming from the database here. So let's just add another thing, just like on delete on delete cascade means if it has been deleted over here and should update those square over there. So on delete cascade, then on update cascade, so cascade. So that's all. So now I'm gonna go here to my DB and just drop this database which, so I'm going to drop the database. So now as it comes over here, and then just click here and then just say drop database un splash db, un splash db. Then after doing so, then we have to click go and then just wait for seconds. So then after it's been deleted, then we just have to go over here and then just go on import file, then import our file. Then just upload our file, choose our file, and then re-upload it, our DB, and then just wait. We got this. So it's uploaded successfully. Okay, that is not a big deal, it's just little thing. So the main thing already uploaded it. So when we just have to delete, now let's get our data first. Now remember, so after when we say get data, we see we have just mean and then, so I want to delete this Harrison. So by deleting the Harrison, I will just go here and just select the Harrison, then press send, and then this time I hope so the user with ID has been deleted because we have already set this cascade. So when now, okay, so it seems it is very simple, just like that. So well, when we need to update, we are going to the patch and say update number 2, but this user is not exist, so user with this number is not exist, and it's true because when we just come here and say get, we can't get this variable. We have one user and the second user, so I guess we already meet our profile. So when we need to update this user 2 now, user 3 now, let's say it's user 3, and we need to update him into this Adam and passcode, just like that. So posted successfully, and then when we just come here and just retrieve and get this value, we should get just like admin. So hopefully you enjoyed this video until this time, and we are done with the user update, create, delete, yeah, just all those things. And by both to this content is just the same thing that we are going to use. So still until this time around, you are the best. You can able to create any kind of application backend by just these four things: delete, get, update, and then post the data. So actually you enjoy this one, so let's just pause the video if you want to, and then let's just try by yourself to do this practice and see where you get stuck at, and then you can just leave a comment down below. So I'm gonna change a little thing, so if it's updated here, not just like say posted, so update now. So that's all. So this is all the code that we were using, and we are definitely good and good to do it. So actually that's the main goal. Thank you so much.